Hey everybody, it's Danny Sher, composer, producer, co-writer of the Stan Movie musical. Welcome to Musical Mondays, story of a song inspired by Queen, Ultimatum. Stand comes to the US December 1st. Get your tickets at the link below. Okay, full disclosure, I am a product of the 80s. My friends and I really did walk around going to just about everything. I can't tell you how many hockey tournaments I went to where Queen's "We Are the Champions" was played in a dressing room or on ice, accompanied with much facial contortion. So you ask, why Queen? How did Queen inspire you to write this song for a stage musical? What distinguishes Queen is the use of not just the 1, 5, and 4 chords of a song. They use every chord of the diatonic scale. So in the key of B flat, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 6 chord, variations of stuff with the 7th in the root. And then what really gives Queen the operatic sound is going into chords even more complex, like diminished chords on any root of not just the scale, but the 12 chromatic steps of the octave. I won't go over Bohemian Rhapsody, but check out how that cruises over tons of chords and gives that the identifiable Queen sound. So for Ultimatum, I needed something gothic and passionate. The song is an argument between the villain, played by Paul Auciamber. He plays A.J. Anderson. He's got all the great villain lines.
It isn't illegal to speak one's mind in this country, even for foreigners.
Then make it illegal. That's why we got you into the cabinet.
And the real-life figure from history, Helen Armstrong, played so marvelously by Canadian-American actress Hayley Sales.
To join us together in a general strike. Every worker in this city leaving their jobs, leaving our jobs as one, and standing up to the bosses.
So at that part in the story, Anderson has issued an ultimatum. Drop any affiliation with the citywide general strike or lose your jobs. So everything that I did in the composition stems from the rhythm of the word ultimatum. And you'll find this funny, but when I was first thinking of the word ultimatum, I instantly went, ultimatum, ba-dum, ba-dum, dum, mimicking the kind of guitar shots that were all over Queen and all the hair bands of the 80s. And that punchy, passionate rhythm of ultimatum triggered a rhyme scheme that went ultimatum, his words verbatim, debate them, mistake them, best we not. But let's talk a little bit more about some of the deeper harmony constructs that are at play in the Ultimatum song. Like Queen, there's diminished chords and there's all these passing chords that lend it that operatic nature. But there's also something outside the key at work called non-functional harmony. A simple example is this. In the key of B flat, if you go to an F sharp or G flat chord, that's my personal short definition of non-functional harmony. It's not one of the chords in the key, but it has probably one note in common. The use of non-functional harmony gives you that sort of like, ooh, dramatic lift where it's outside the key, but close enough that you can come back to the key. In Ultimatum, I used the non-functional harmony jump from B flat to G major. Let's take a look at how non-functional harmony has a part to play between 2 phrases of the chorus. So this riff is the 1 chord, B flat. Then look at this chord based on the 7th note of the scale, A in the bass, but it's really a 5 chord, the F chord, coming to the B flat. Here's something really interesting. Let's take a look at that. G in the bass, but here it's F, B flat, E flat. That is what's called quartal harmony, based on fourths. You can analyze this a million ways, but what it really is just a passing G with a quartal chord above it. So you get finally ending on a B flat chord, the 1 chord, with the 5 in the bass. And now the end of the phrase goes. There's the kind of harmony that Queen does. Different notes in the bass, a semitone apart, harmonized in all kinds of different ways. Technically, it's what we call microtonicization, where for a second, one chord is leading to another spot in the key and then quickly shifting away. There is a C chord with E in the bass. So I mean, you could call that the 5 chord of the 4 chord of B flat, because it's the C, which would normally go to F, but it doesn't. It's just passing to, and look at that. That's an E flat chord, quartal, and then to D major, which sounds like it's microtonicizing to G major, but it's not. It just hangs, and the second phrase goes to C minor, the 2 chord of B flat. So what's that? C minor on the 7th of the C. That's a 5 chord, a G with the B in the bass. So next is a B flat with a quartal chord, ending chord, A in the bass with, we have a half diminished chord. So our whole phrase is, and those 2 ending chords are A flat in the bass, another half diminished chord to the G. Now this ending G major, this is where we're using that non-functional harmony from the G, because the phrase returns to B flat. So this constant changing between there and there is the non-functional harmony. That was some hardcore harmonic analysis. Tons of chords, tons of passing chords, quartal chords, half diminished, all outside of the normal key area. But it goes to show you all of the structure that goes into a gothic Queen-inspired song like Ultimatum. Now let's watch Paula Siamber as A.J. Anderson and Haley Sales as Helen Armstrong in a clip from the Stan movie musical singing Ultimatum.
Ultimatum, their words verbatim, debate them, mistake them, best we not.
Ultimatum, their jobs, vacate them, negate them, erase them, pensions gone.
Ultimatum, our hopes, they'll break them, deflate them, replacements take our jobs.
You can hear the whole song on December 1st in theaters all across the US. Ticket link below. Get the soundtrack on iTunes. Click subscribe, click like, click the notification button. And as always, stand up for human rights and stand by.